Hey everybody, my name is Gay Moore with More Travel to Do Vacations, and most of you know me by doing travel. Um, this is a big time of year where everybody is doing family reunions or just getting together with family. But you haven't started working on that family tree yet. I've had so many people come to me saying, Gay, hey, I really want to work on my family tree, and they know that I've been doing this for years. And so I want to give you a tip to get started. When you go to the family reunion, go armed with your tape recorder. Now I have an iPad, and so on my iPad, I actually have a really great um, tape recorder. I don't know which one you use, but I use the one that's called Recorder on my app. See, I have lots and lots and lots of things that I've recorded. Okay, hopefully that's good for you and you can see it. All right, so I use recorders. So you want to go armed with your recorder. Pack yourself with a lot of patience because you want to be ready to get the story. Get the story, yes. So you want to talk to the oldest person in your family and let them begin to tell you the story, because as they do, they're going to tell you where they went to school. They're going to tell you about their neighbors. They're going to tell you about the neighborhood. These will actually be very key important pieces to you when you're ready to take this to the internet. Now, anyone who's approximately 80 years old, if they're 80 this year, they will have been born in 1935. So you will be able, once you're ready to go to the internet and go to the census records to look, you will be able to find them as 5-year-old kids in 1940. That might be over your head right now if you've never started. So the important thing is to talk to the oldest member of your family. Make sure you let them tell you the story. You may have some very key questions that you do want to ask them. For females, it may be, did you know your grandmother's maiden name? I am always reminded of how my cousin's grandmother was able to share with me about how she knew her grandmother and that her grandmother had been a midwife on the plantation. So I had a small story, and it was really great because when I went to look for my cousin's grandmother, I was able to find her grandmother. I'm saying I was able to find my cousin's grandmother. I was able to find her mom, and I was able to find her grandmother. That was exciting to me. So make sure that you get to that family reunion, talk to the oldest person, and let them tell you the story as they have it. Also, kind of like the Gospels in the Bible, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they may all, siblings may all have a very important event in their life, but one may remember it one way, another might remember it another way. If all the siblings are there and they're all still alive, get them to tell you the story of the major event. Um, the next thing that I want to tell you in reference to getting the information is, yes, a lot of people say to me, Gay, you know what? The oldest person in my family is dealing with dementia. I want to tell you that I have found that even if they have dementia, they are normally very accurate about their childhood. They may not remember what they had for breakfast, but they will remember their childhood. So, even if they get a little mixed up in the story about maybe when something happened, they will truthfully tell you the story. And they may tell you the story over and over. I'm mindful of the lady when she left for heaven, she was like 106, I think. But before I talked to her. And I will remember my last conversation with her because she kept telling me over and over about the same event. And she shared with me that a man named Andrew Nesbitt had uh, uh, was a man that wore a hat. She told me a top hat, and he had a horse. She told me, and she shared how a white man had tried to take his horse, and she said, and he shot him dead. And she kept telling me this story over and over and over. So I realized that the story had to have been true because it stuck in her memory. So let them tell you, even if they have dementia, if there's a question that you ask them that they don't know, just kind of move back from it, and maybe there's another family member that you can ask. So don't let that scare you. The very last thing I want to tell you about picking up that oral history is that you may have to wait with those notes that you have. So don't be upset. That's why I said pack your patience. I spoke with a man in 1992, and he gave me information that I could not use. When I say use, I couldn't verify the truthfulness of it because I didn't have enough records at the time. So I put those notes away. When the 1930 census came out, I pulled out my notebooks and I looked at the notes, and then I was able to compare my notes with the record, and I am happy to say he was spot on. He was absolutely correct. And by him giving me those informations that he gave me and me holding on to them, there had been a last name of a woman that I had been trying to get since 1992, that in, I want to tell you, I think it was 2012, maybe a little earlier than that. Maybe it could have been 2010. I was able to get that information by holding on to the notes that were in my notebook. And I was thrilled, people. Thrilled, thrilled, thrilled at all the story that I had written down. So, hopefully this is going to prepare you well for this year's upcoming family reunion. If there are any questions that you have that you are hoping that I can answer for you before you go to the reunion that might help you, that maybe I didn't mention here but you've thought of, I'm always on Facebook, and you can inbox me and I will be happy to help you. I've already got some people that have said, please, I want to start my tree. So hopefully this small video will be a great start. I'm going to be excited to hear what you find out just in your oral history alone. Alrighty, happy tracing. Bye.